then. I said, you need a buffer in the Octagon. I will help you not just be the Octagon announcer. I want to grow as that, but I have the media contacts, many of which you don't have because I've been working with my brother for so many years and developing so many contacts in sports and entertainment. I said, I'll do my best to help you build this brand. I don't want a dime for that. Pay me to be the announcer, but let me grow with it because I know this is going to be the biggest thing if you do this right. And my first show was UFC 8. And when I got that, I got a VHS tape. This is back in the VHS tape days in the mail from a guy named Scott Ferrazzo, who is like 6'1", 340 pounds, hands down to his ankles, just the perfect guy for the UFC back then. And I sent the tape off to Robert Meyerowitz. And I said, look, would you put him in the show? But I had a ploy. I didn't want to manage fighters. So I got him on UFC 8. And when I did, I called up Meyerowitz and I said, look, I'm coming down with my fighter because they could bring their manager, which, quote, I was at that key point. Mm. And I said, I want to announce the prelims. I said, let me show you what I got. You need a buffer in the Octagon. I will help you build this brand. So I got there and he let me announce the prelims. And that's my first time I ever announced.
And who did they have doing the main card? Or was there
there was an announcer named Rich G. Mangoins.
Yeah.
Did a good announcer, solid, great guy, the whole bit. We got along great. And it's not like I wanted to take his job or anything, but I come from the school that if you want something, you got to ask for it.
He probably shook a little bit when he heard you. He was probably in his locker room and he's like, who the fuck's that on the prelims right
now? Well, back then, how I sounded back then and how I sound now is a little bit different because, it's fine-tuning your muscle, your tool, whatever. And I thought back then announcers had to be stiff and still and all that, and that obviously was not my routine. I had this lion in me waiting to come out.
Wait,